So today I want to share the biggest mistake I have ever made while dating. And if you've made this mistake, comment below, just raise your hand and let me know that I'm not alone. Hey friends, welcome back to Tuesdays with Tiffany and another episode in our dating advice in 3 minutes or less series. So hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. So I'm going to share the biggest mistake I made while dating, which might surprise you. And I'm also going to share 2 things that helped me stop making that mistake. So you might be expecting me to say something like, I wish I hadn't gone so far physically, or I wish I hadn't done this or that. But actually what I wish is that I hadn't gotten so far ahead of myself in relationships. So I grew up with a lot of emphasis on figuring out if the person you were gonna date was an option as a husband before you ever went on a first date. Definitely before you got into a real committed relationship, you needed to know, like, could this be a guy I could marry? And that might sound crazy to some of you, and to some of you, you might be like, totally been there, done that, like that is the culture I've grown up in too. And it's easy to think in our heads like, oh yeah, this is totally somebody I could see myself with, but that actually gets our minds and our hearts moving way ahead of our reality, and that is the biggest mistake I made while dating. With my first boyfriend, I thought he was awesome, and I thought, I want to marry this guy. And so from our first date, I was already thinking marriage. And that sets us up for a false sense of intimacy, making us feel like we're closer and more committed than we actually are, or it gets us into this deeper commitment than our relationship is ready for. And it totally set me up for like intense heartbreak. And I think no matter what your faith background, no matter how you approach dating, it's easy to get ahead of ourselves. It's easy to think further in the future than our reality is. So how do we slow ourselves down? 2 things that have helped me. Number 1 is giving yourself reality checks. So just taking a step back, recognizing like, okay, I'm starting to daydream about the future a lot, or think way down the road. Like we've just started dating a month ago and I'm already thinking about planning our wedding, you know? I'm gonna take a step back and just tell myself like, okay, it's fun to think about this, but remember that is not the reality right now. We've only been dating a month right now. Just give yourself those reality checks. And tip number 2 is stay in community. It's so easy to get ahead of ourselves when our whole world revolves around this new person we're dating, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna ditch my friends, I'm gonna ditch all these fun things I used to do, like my sports or Bible studies or whatever it is. Instead, stay in that community. Yeah, you might not have time for a ton of surface acquaintances or 1,000 extracurriculars, but keep 1 or 2 things that you love doing that you make time for, and keep your close friends who know you well, make time for them and stay in community. Again, comment below, have you made this mistake? And if so, what helps you? And I'll see you next week for another dating advice in 3 minutes or less.